welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic time today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, I said it again. Yeah, we're not on Twitch anymore. We're on YouTube, y'all. Maybe we go back to Twitch one day, but until they fix their shit, we're here on YouTube. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in following along in any of these games, rewatching all of the previous sessions for our 7 campaigns, all inside of the same living universe, or if you're interested in joining any of our games, you should definitely reach out and let me know. You can follow our link to our Patreon down in the description below. That gets you access into our exclusive Discord server, as well as access into our community and potentially into any of our games. They are pay to play, so keep that in mind. But I believe that's going to be everything from me. Yeah, we just played that intro twice. Don't worry about it, guys. It's fine. It's fine. Just played the intro twice. That's all. My bad. Anyways, hello, players. So, you had just killed and incinerated all of the vampires inside of the shells, these little pods down here that they seem to be perpetually stuck and alive in at the same time. What would you all like to do now?
I would like to see what the dog was guarding. Like, is it a door? Is it a pathway?
It is a door. As you approach over there, you see that there is an ironclad door with a very intricate locking system in place.
I would like to inspect it from traps first.
Go for it. Roll an investigation. Anybody else during this time? Keep in mind, this puts you about 100 feet away from everybody, Kyle, just to make sure you're aware.
While Kyle was approaching the door, Rook probably noticed, but while he's probably checking for traps, Rook sees him and just starts approaching, kind of casually.
Okay.
Just anybody else?
I'll try communicating with the tree again after everything, all of these things have been eliminated.
Alrighty.
You
Yes, Mickey.
I'm just mostly minding my own business, but also keeping an eye on Creve. I understood what he said after all.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm sorry. I need to close that chat or else I'm never going to be able to pay attention to the game. All right.
Creve's keeping an eye on Mikita as well.
Yeah. Anybody interested in joining our Patreon, keep in mind we do have a chat called If Pets Took Selfies, and it's great. Anyways, you two are looking at each other while Ein is talking to a tree and Kyle and Rorik are trying to unlock a door. Ein, you approach up to the tree. I assume you start with your traditional sup bitch.
Yeah, I'll deliver a greeting again and try asking it like, is there any improvement from before?
So much death. So much death. So much pain.
Well, it's a doing from some powers way above any of us, so I apologize we couldn't help you more than what's done now.
Help me. Help me spread the pain. Spread the death.
Oh boy.
Oh crap, the trees turned evil.
I'll be like, all right, noted. Slowly back away.
So, on a 14, Kyle, the locking mechanism on this door is incredibly intricate and deliberate, and there are other markings of archaic script upon it that you cannot easily decipher. You cannot discern any traps, but based off of the look of the intricacies that are put into this, there is more than likely traps here. It's just you don't know what they are. You didn't roll low enough to go, nope, not trapped.
Kale, if you're speaking, you're muted still.
True that.
So there are definitely traps, but I can't figure it out.
You okay?
All of you are like that right now.
Yeah.
Should I try to open the door from a distance? Or just like knock it open and but if we make noise, a lot of noise.
Well, I mean, I'm here to help out as much as I can.
You guys really should have taken one of those capes, you know.
Okay.
No.
No, Rourke has a little cloth over his face. He's just old.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah.
our role-playing coughing, let's lower it a little bit, because that was really painful.
Yeah.
Just really painful. Headphone users.
Oh. I mean, if do we know if the door is magical itself?
Who had
I
detect
had the
magic up?
magic.
Ein? It's been longer than 10 minutes. Ein's detect magic
Yeah.
is gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can ritually cast it if you want.
I mean,
So
I can
long
open
as-
any kind of lock, being magical or not.
Well, to be fair, it's a door. Like, how hard can it honestly be? Here, let me try. And she raises her hands towards the door.
You'd be surprised, Lindy, and some of these.
I stop her.
Excuse me?
Apologies for Kale, but he has a vast experience with things that try to kill him when he tries to unlock something.
I've never come across a door that tried to kill me.
I have.
You've never come across
several times.
mimic doors?
Well,
What's a mimic door?
Oh, don't tempt me.
Gallo and that other guy said you were fairly new to this, yes? So maybe take some advice from your, the veterans.
She now seems a little younger in her demeanor as you...
But seeing as we're going this route now, do believe I'll approach the door, and once it's in range, I will activate my specialize.
You do not detect any illusions or hidden creatures.
Huh. Alright. What about that arcane writing? Would me or Kale be able to translate that? Or prove if he approaches?
If you're proficient in Arcana, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and...
Okay, I'll cast guidance on myself.
And just to prevent a repeat of my last roll, I'm going to be using Session Inspiration for advantage.
Very good. So we have dirty 20 and 22. As the both of you walk over to this door, there is a protective nature inside of the glyph warding around the door that is very intricate and almost hidden inside of this archaic looking script. By your best estimate, Creve, it is necromancy. and it seems to be emplaced on anyone who interacts with the door, or if the door moves past a certain point of openness. And this is a magical spell protecting it.
All right. So there's some kind of necromancy spell effect on the door. Maybe we can. Well, I mean, Kale, you have a knack for triggering these things.
I mean, we have two options here. The first is I try to open the door from a distance, and we all hide behind this tree or whatsoever while we trigger the trap, or one of you can try to dispel the trap before I try to unlock the door.
Yeah, I was about to suggest I try to save you, or it's likely to be horrible pain. I like you, Carol. So, I'm guessing whatever's protecting it is higher level than a 3rd level spell slot.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do it twice. So, first off...
Intelligence check.
Oh,
No, it's an intelligence check, yeah.
Alright.
So reroll. 13 does not do it. What's the range of dispel magic? 30 feet?
120 feet.
Oh, okay. How close was everybody to it when Makit was trying to dispel it?
Far
think
away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we gain distance before we try anything is the thing.
Okay. So you all look back from behind the tree. Makit, you have to be close enough to see it, which means I'll put you at like 60 feet away. You have dark vision, but you don't have bullshit dark vision. You cast the spell on the door, and then you see this black, almost like flakes emanate around the door itself, and they stay persistent there for about a minute. It was very subtle, almost indistinguishable.
So you see, Lidine, sometimes doors are more than just doors.
Brett and I have been the only one able to see it, though. The rest of you are heading further away.
Well, Creve can always metagame mansplain as like a bonus action. But no. Yeah, you're right.
Also, I'm 120 feet.
Oh yeah, Creve is the only one with that bullshit vision. He can see it.
To be fair,
I
even if
see
Creve
nothing.
couldn't see, I imagine he'd still say it.
Yeah, he can mansplain. That's his thing.
Yeah.
He'll get bitch slapped for it by a high level cleric, but he can do it.
I believe what Creve is trying to convey is just there's some dangers in certain entrances, traps, as you put it.
You
in
don't
places like
always
this.
have to be so diplomatic in the way you say things. Sometimes the best way to say things is just being blunt. This is how it is, you know?
That's true, but also sometimes being blunt is the best way to get bitch slapped.
She
Well,
walks
is what
away
my
from the
wife
two
would
of you
say.
and goes hangs out with Ian. Oh my
Oh.
fucking god, how do you tolerate them?
Jesus.
I just pretend to not be here.
Well, man.
Men roll eyes.
Yeah.
Mortals.
I'm sorry, but just that interaction, we had the
folk.
mansplain and we had the simp all in one interaction.
Wait. Wait, who's the simp?
You are.
Wait, how am I a
fine.
simp?
I think I'm allowed. No, I'm fucking with you, dude. It's just.
What's a simp?
Oh, it's nothing to worry about. The word will be dead in 3 weeks.
Well,
It's
Oh,
Twitch talk for trying to demean somebody who endlessly advocates for a person that they are a fan of.
yeah.
well, at any rate, guys, I have one more attempt for getting rid of the magical trap.
Oh, let me have a look and see if it's still there or something.
Oh, it's almost certainly still there. As a matter of fact, I think I almost triggered it even from this range, judging by something coming out from it.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's triggered, like if we wait for it to pass, maybe we'll have a window of time where we can simply interact with the door without it exploding at our face. Don't, Reeve, don't you want to send Omen to push that door?
Well, if you give me 10 gold pieces, sure.
You all are so
Travis-
terrible. Why would you do that to a cat?
No,
You don't know the cat.
because he usually does. Because usually Crave is very, very, very bad with his cats. I was just joking with him. I won't let him do that with his cats. And I
She picks up
get-
Omen and starts
Let
grooming
me.
him.
And Omen just immediately scratches her.
Maybe. Go
'Cause
ahead,
that's what he
McKee.
does. Yeah, he does.
Oh, I'm gonna say, if I want to do that, Carol, then fine. I'd much rather err on the side of caution myself.
What do you mean? Sorry, I haven't got it.
Oh, Kyle was offering to examine the door again to see if it's still active. He wasn't saying, let me go unlock it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm saying if he wants to interact with the door without me trying again, then go ahead, but I'm still pretty sure it's trapped. The spell is still in effect. And it's set to go off if someone interacts with it at all, or if it moves past a certain point.
Oh, I still have a way to just knock it open from here without interacting with it or touching it whatsoever, but it will be very noisy.
Well, give me a bit of a rest and I can pop in there with one of you and we can open it from the other side maybe.
I'd rather not lose this time. We don't have enough time to just take rest every now and then.
Well, be my guest and go ahead and try the door as it is done. I'm going to sit down.
Ladane leans up against the tree and just shakes her head.
I get closer to the door and inspect it.
Okay. Roll me a perception check as you're approaching. Your passive does not apply for what I'm asking for before you ask. Yeah, that applies. As you are approaching, you see these tiny bits and flakes of gray ash that lie on the ground that was not there previously. And you look at the door and a lot of the writing kind of fell off the door and scattered in this area. Presumably that's the ash that you are looking at. And now it has arcane script all across it that now expresses a bit more of a story. What languages do you speak, Kyle?
Abyssal, Common, Elvish, Zoroastrian, and Necrol.
You somehow understand the language it is written in. The personal chambers to Delilah Briarwood. No admittance from anybody under any circumstances. This area has been cursed so that if a living being steps foot, they will be incinerated as you see before you. Their blood evaporating into the power that fuels the curse.
I turn back and say to the group, that. What language was it, by the way?
In that mysterious language that you don't know why you know.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Can I history check to see if I know who the Brotherhood is?
Very high DC for you, because you come from Jorhas, but you can.
Yeah.
Ah, that's 2 nat 20s in a row.
150
That has happened to me very
years
often.
ago. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You usually get like not 2s in a row. 150 years ago or so, there was a member of the Cerberus Assembly by the name of Delilah Briarwood. She was actually, I need to get that information out so I don't fuck it up, because you actually hit the interval DC that would learn that. She was considered the Archmage of Antiquities within the Empire. And for a period of time, she was also a spy that would interact with Jorhas on occasion, willingly trading information to them for specific information about the Luxin and different particular artifacts that could be found around the territory. This whole interaction only transpired over the course of 2 weeks, as the Jorhasian individuals she was dealing with were slowly driven insane, as was she. And after they broke off communications, that was the last thing that your land ever knew about her. The individuals who were interacting with her broke out of their insanity after a increased amount of time away from her. And the reason you are aware of it is because the den closest to your family association was the den she dealt with. And this was 150 years ago.
I'm dealing with quite a bunch of dens, so which one exactly? Like I have 3
forget
dens in my
it's-
backstory.
The one that your family like works with in Rasona.
Okay, so the nice
That
one,
one.
the nice den, not
Yes.
the
Yeah.
asshole den.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what you know.
I get back to the crew and tell them, well, like this trap is probably like triggered, but it actually triggered the information not go further inside, because it tells that any living people would die, and our blood would incinerate and boil in, and if we live, we just don't live anymore if we get in. So that's that.
That's everything you tell them?
Oh, and yeah, and and apparently, like, this is a private chamber of a Delilah Briarwood. Apparently,
Warwick history, Makit history. Continue.
from what I know her, she was a member of the assembly.
Well, I've never heard of her. So you say we have to be dead in order to get inside, or not incinerated?
Well,
Let me say something real quick. Makit, no idea. Warwick, however, yeah, she was 2 Archmage of Antiquities ago, and was also kicked out of the Empire for studies into deep necromancy after the loss of her husband.
I've heard of her. It was a bit kind of off brand, and also a story that my wife often told me sometimes was about just kind of the folly of trying to of necromancy and stuff. This Delilah Briarwood lady, she was banished from the Empire for dwelling to necromancy. Do you think she's the one who caused all this? Or kind of gestures to, the pod people, the tree, etc.
I don't know her enough, but that sounds about it. She was drove insane dealing with some of my people and dealing secrets and artifacts. I don't know what she found, but that may be the cause of this. And then she was never heard of before after that. Probably because she was banished.
Well,
Oh, it would make sense. I'll admit.
it seems from what I can tell, it seems like whatever is. Quick question, Jared. The room that's in there, is it look like it's a big room, or is it like a small office?
Creeve's the only person who saw it, but Creeve, you gave the description to everybody, correct? Yesterday or last
Yeah.
session when he wasn't here. Okay.
Yeah.
It looked more like a simple bedchamber with a few bookshelves and a study, and then a teleportation circle, and that was it. Like nothing else really. Very simple, very minimalist.
Well, is it, given from what we know, what's in there might be have some information we need, but there's clearly a warning about going in there. So, is it possible, Mickey? Can you do the eye thing again, and maybe use your magic hand to get things out of the room?
Well, if you mean arcane eye, then sadly not anymore today. I used both my 4th level spell slots.
Right. Well, what do we? You said this Delilah Briarwood. She was 150 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that. Well, I don't know the story, but is she? Do you know if she is gone, destroyed forever?
Neither of you have any idea.
Right.
From
But she
what
was
I
human.
from what I know, and from what I've seen, what the Crystal Ones told me about these vampires, she seemed to be maybe dwelling into that sort of magic. So it's fully possible she's still alive.
Right. Or well, undead.
In
I
which
suppose.
case, she really needs to answer for what she did to those. Well, I mean,
Nikki, you interrupted Creeve. Please continue,
oh,
Creeve.
sorry, Creve.
No, I was finished.
Oh, it sounded like you were still speaking. I apologize. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Nikki.
Well, if
Goddamn
she
latency.
I mean, if she is still quote unquote alive, then these vampires, I believe Creve called them, they might have been normal people before she got to them. If she was the one that turned them into what we saw, then she really needs to answer for what she did to them.
Experiments, you mean? These people were experiments.
Right.
Given the powers they were in, I actually want to think they were power sources. Batteries.
Would you like to roll an Arcana check? The two of you proficient in Arcana.
All right.
Well, that may very well be, but I don't think we are in the business of going out doling out justice, are we?
Creve, unfortunately, nothing. McKeet, you had a minor epiphany, and while they're discussing, I'm going to have you looking at the pods for confirmation about your epiphany.
All right.
So, continue, everybody else.
Oh, do we want to get in? Do we want to try? See what happens if we open this door? Like, the message said, "Don't get in." Like, nothing takes us from opening the door.
Well, let's make sure we're a safe distance.
Do you mind if I make some noise? I mean, the area is pretty safe now, right?
Should be.
All right.
There wasn't any other tunnel leading away in the on the bottom, was it?
Not that you saw. Keep in mind, your eyes weren't permanent. They only last a minute, so you kind of had to like stealthily fly, because sleeping puppy, and then head back up.
But
so.
but no like obvious exits. Other than
No
the
obvious
door.
ones.
Oh.
No obvious ones.
All right. Stay back, everybody.
Alrighty. McKeat, you look inside of the pods as you were thinking, like, yeah, a battery source. And listening to what Creve was saying, what everybody else was saying, made you think more along the lines of necromancy and transmutation, as they would converge with one another. And given the fact of what you saw upstairs, and these bodies weren't power sources. The power was coming from the diva upstairs. The diva's blood was being filtered down into these creatures, which was slowly killing them, but not enough to actually permanently kill them, to transmute the blood into something more defiled to input into the tree's nutrition. So they were the filters of the power. They were the power lines into the tree to defile it and give it that nutritional benefit of sullied, putrid, disgusting blood. And you look inside and you find all of the markings of where the blood would have gone in one section and out in other. Honestly, engineering-wise, ingenious. Ethically, beyond fucked. Literally made vampires to filter the blood of a celestial through them to filter it into the tree.
Oh. So, yeah. That's... Wow.
It's like a bad dialyze.
What?
A dialyze is like when you take your blood, like when you have a kidney failure, and like it takes your blood out and filter. Dialysis.
Oh, dialysis. Okay, that's all right. Cool.
Sorry, my English.
No, you're good. That's why I ask. I want to figure out how to translate your accent. So you're walking up to the door and unlocking it?
No, people are staying way back, and I'm using. I'm first trying to use Mage Hand to open it, still 30 feet away.
Okay, so from 30 feet away, you're going to Mage Hand?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Seems to right.
That is correct.
Not in a row, man.
So, right? I mean, to be fair, if any character is due good rolls,
yeah.
Well, no, that's just because it's dice balance. Balances will be made. So yeah, he had crappy rolls before. He's getting all the good ones now for the rest of the campaign.
It only took you 25 sessions of suffering. That's all.
Next 25 sessions gonna be all pain.
All right. So, as you stand there and all of them are dealing with that, and you're far away just tinkering with it and looking over at the lock itself as you're trying to pick it carefully, you notice the intricate system in placed on this has a bit of arcane lock imbued into the lock itself, which is impressive. Not to mention, it seems specifically engineered by somebody a lot smarter than you. However, the problem with constructing things is it's a lot easier to break things than it is to make them. So you manage to get around the intricate systems of what is in place, and you successfully unlock the door. However, in doing so, you did interact with the magic in place, and you are within 30 feet of the door. So, Kyle, I need you to give me a dex save.
Oh shit. Crap, I should have said it earlier. I was gonna have Rick be close by Kyle in case there was saves, but I think it's too late to say that.
I will use my DM inspiration of the day.
Okay. You don't trust more nat 20s coming?
No, it's just he's gonna get the fourth nat 20 on the advantage. Or close.
20.
Jesus.
Oh, good call. As you do that, you see all of those bits of dust, those flakes of almost charred essence from the door begin lifting up yet again, and they disperse with this foul-smelling dust that fills the area, and you immediately drop your thieves' tool key with your mage hand and leap the fuck back away from it as it fills that 30-foot area up to the ceiling with that defiled dust. As it is doing that, you can see your key is kind of shaking and heating up from this amount of disgusting magic filtering into it. Of course, it's magical, so it won't be destroyed, but it is being affected by this. And, this stays for about a minute in this area, but you manage to dodge out of the way because of evasion, no consequences.
I am happy that I rolled with advantage. just by curiosity, how much damage would I have taken if I would have failed? A fucking lot is the answer.
Do you want to try to put something in there and find out what happens to it? It's there for a minute, so you could experiment.
I send an arrow in it, because why not, even if it's not living?
I was gonna.
As you toss the arrow inside, within 3 seconds, it completely incinerates and turns to dust.
Okay. Sit away from it.
Throw Omen.
Stand
Omen,
put.
tell me what this feels like.
Feels like pain.
Lidane will hide Omen, even if it is scratching her.
I pop him back next to my feet.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
Oh god, no! I just imagine like you wind up the kick to punt, and then you pop him back in at the feet.
Well, now I see what incinerating living people would mean.
Good thing we avoided that then.
So,
Indeed.
after that minute, Makit, you make your epiphany from your investigation, confirming your suspicion.
Oh. So that was the purpose. Yeah.
What about a porpoise?
Purpose. Wrong thing, Rorik.
Sorry.
I thought he said tortoise, and she just keeps walking over towards the door now.
Wait, stop. Wait for the smoke to get down a bit.
Yeah, we waited for that moment.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I was saying, yeah. After that, Makit got his epiphany, and now she's just like, okay, let's go.
Alright.
I will get in before her.
All right. Zoom! Through the door. I'm guessing we still don't touch the door?
It would probably be safe to assume so.
Oh, Kyle, you forgot your shit! Ah, that key is hot. Oh, fuck!
You alright?
She looks at her gauntlet, and the fingertips inside the padding were seared through. Fuck!
Lay on hands for like, I don't know, 1-2 points.
Yeah. But it did destroy part of her gauntlet just by touching it for a moment, just so you all are aware. Shit.
So,
Maybe I should put it in the bag of clothing so it cools down a bit.
Bag of instant steam room. Just
I mean, technically,
We
can't
would-
you just
we would
mage
have-
hand the? Yeah, you can mage hand the key out of it and just put it in the bag of clothing.
if you really don't like someone, hand them the key.
Hey, can you hold this?
Hey, she
No,
did
we
that
were
with
sa-
her shield.
No, we're just-
I'll mage hand to grab up the key.
Yeah, I was about to do that if you want. If you
All right,
want.
so there's just the floating keys spinning around in circles now.
Don't touch my key, make it.
Ah, that is some foul magic. Jeez. So, as you step inside, KL, you see a fairly small room, only about 15 feet by 20 feet. At the bulk of it, you see that there is a bed in place, sitting on the ground, perfectly neatly constructed, with a very nice looking set of sheets and blankets and pillows. Very, very expensive. Though they look very aged and like they're about to begin to fall apart. Right at the foot of the bed, there is a footlocker that is locked with the same type of lock that you just unlocked, Kyle. Which you know is incredibly difficult to unlock. There's also a standing armoire, very tall, stretching to the ceiling, about, I'd say 10 feet high for the ceiling, which is also locked. But with this one, it's a mundane embedded lock inside of the armoire itself. To the left, there is a table that has a stack of 6 books on it, and one book sitting in the middle of the table that is currently bookmarked with a feather, a raven's feather. The desk itself does have 4 drawers, 3 on the left side, and a small one that goes across the top. And then, that is the end of the chamber that you see.
Opening the footlocker. I
well-
can't help it.
How well preserved are those books?
They're incredibly aged, but roll me an investigation. Go ahead and Thieves' Tools to unlock the footlocker.
Ah, here we are.
If you didn't have a key, it would have been broken. Jeez, all the 9s. All the 9s.
At least it wasn't in that one.
Oh man, that double nat one right there.
You pick up one of the books by the spine, and it rips the pages out by the spine. And you just start trying to like shove it back in and just put it down gently. They're aged. You're gonna have to be incredibly careful with them. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Kyle, you get your blade stuck in there a little bit. Shit.
Well, while it's stuck in there, I will use the key to cast knock on the
All right.
on the this stuff. So it
You
just
all
opens.
hear a very loud, or sorry, it's this weapon. So a very loud click that echoes outwards into the chamber and into this open area. As you do that, your key gets ejected. Ding, 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 ding. Very nicely. And that lock is unlocked. Now keep in mind, Kyle, this is the most sophisticated lock you've ever seen in your life. Like, bar none. But yeah, it is now open. Do you open the chest?
Checking for traps. Before.
Really? Y'all are so
Yeah.
boring. Go ahead.
I was
And
going
back-
to, even if you didn't make me 27.
I will start backing up while he's investigating for traps.
Work or not.
The footlocker does not appear to be trapped. It was just
Opening
very
this
well
footlocker.
locked.
I open
Alrighty.
it while the spell is in effect. I have 10 minutes.
Already. You open up the chest, and you see inside a handful of items. there is a rolled up portrait of a beautiful, pale-skinned woman with a high-kept bun and very gothic-looking clothing standing by a well-chiseled and powerful-looking man, similar in dress, and both of them holding each other with a level of love and admiration that you can see is translated even through this picture. There's a locket in here as well that has the same image as this portrait, but in each housed section. Past that, there appears to be a diary. On the front of it, it is labeled Delilah. Underneath that diary, there's a set of, well, a few sets of clothing. The first one is a folded up long wedding gown. The second one is an incredible tuxedo. And by holding up the shoulders, and your estimate looking at Rorik and Ein, has a big motherfucker. Further underneath that, you see a purple blanket, small, fuzzy, with silk edgings all around the trim. And what looks to be the head of an owlbear, stuffed plushie, attached to the one corner. And when you unfold this blanket, it's fairly small, made for something very small.
That's it.
That's everything inside of the locked chest. Seems to be the most valuable items that she wanted to keep safe.
I'm gonna start ritually casting detect magic.
Very well.
Can I insight check? It's or it might be investigation, but it's kind of like yeah. You already explained that the picture, like they obviously loved each other, but for the other things in there, like especially that the blanket and stuff, and the owlbear plushy blanket.
There's no insight needed. You're a father.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a honored tradition in the Empire that when you have a child, your friends typically work together to find a master weaver in order to construct a blanket specifically for that child, just in case anything happens. And typically speaking, they aren't this nice in quality, but given the fact that she worked for the Cerberus Assembly, it's understandable that she would have one that has a plushy owlbear attached to it. Commissioned for him. Or her.
Rurik's gonna take a deep breath and then go just go to the chair and sit down, because it's an office bedroom place. There's a chair somewhere.
Yeah.
I'd like to quickly go through the diary, and specifically the last entries.
Alrighty. The diary is also locked. I'm sorry. I know it's really annoying, but she is an incredibly careful person.
Trying to unlock it.
Go for it. That's high enough to unlock a diary's lock. It's not that intricate. And it's also not some type of arcane booklet. You flip through, and it is filled to the brim. And you get all the way in the back of this book. And give me a second while I get that entry.
By the way, all the items I've added them into the party loot.
Sure thing. So, are you ready to type? Whoever's taking note of this, are you ready to type?
Does anyone?
I write it down on my book, but as I'm not native, I've probably missed some stuff.
That's fine. That's why we have videos that you can rewatch. May 17th, 1522. So 105 years ago from this
1522?
point. Or 1512, I apologize. 1512. I received an inkling into what transpired with my husband. It would appear that this level of foul energy is one that our magic is not capable of snuffing, of destroying. Yesterday I held his hand for the last time. That is what the doctor told me. He is already placed inside of the dungeon. I've seen to it that that physician will never see the light of day ever again. To believe that I, Delilah, would never hold his hand again and feel warmth is disrespectful to me and to him. There are rumors that agents of Xhorhas have magic to bring the dead back to life. They treat it as some type of religion amongst themselves, referring to it as a Luxin. Well, I believe this is my last entry in this book. From this point on, I should anticipate that every member of the assembly is my enemy, and that they can find out at any moment what I'm going to do. No matter what happens, I will feel his warmth, and he will feel his child. And that is the last entry.
I'm sorry. What last bit about he will feel his child or he will hold his child? Okay.
Yes, he will hold his child.
Those are the words of a very deranged woman. I don't know what she thinks she's thought to know about the Luxon, but she's definitely wrong.
What's a Luxon?
That's not something I can talk to, but I can just tell you that it won't bring anyone.
Quick question: was
in the
this read
sense
out
of-
loud? Like so that
No,
the
no,
whole
no, I'm
party
just-
knows, or was just did Kale just read it to himself?
For the moment, I just read it to myself while the other people are doing other stuff.
The only thing he said is what he said out loud.
Oh, okay.
Only thing you need to know, Crave, is that the Luxon is a very important asset to my people, and that it doesn't bring random people back to life.
Right. Well, but you're saying it can bring people back to life, and if that is, she seems very much into necromancy, so, and, well, corrupting things from what we see here today, so, I mean...
Is this Luxon thing you've mentioned, is it like this when it brings people back to life? That it gestures to all the necromancy shit?
I'll take out a locket of my like you know when people wear a cross. Well, I got like a small locket which is in the form of a dodecahedron. Luxon is the religion of my people. The whole dynasty lives and dies by the Luxon. It cannot be corrupted. And I put back the locket, the trinket.
And it's called a necklace, in case you need the English word.
Yeah.
Seems to me most everything can be corrupted, especially powerful things.
Can you corrupt a god?
Well, I can't. Well, I don't think. Maybe a given time.
I believe
And
they're
Charlie,
called the Betrayer
but-
Gods.
I'm sorry, I was really expecting Creep to go, I haven't tried yet.
Yeah.
But no, Rourke's gonna respond to that like, isn't that what the Betrayer Gods were?
But nothing corrupted them. They were. Well, at least that's what I believe.
Kyle,
Saying they- Right.
you can continue. Go ahead, Creep.
So you're saying they were already corrupt? Is that it? They were always corrupt?
Corrupt is a way of perspective.
Well, corrupt means that something is now different than it once was.
And
You can't create something that's always corrupted.
and to me, the betrayer is not corrupt. They're just what they are.
Well, yeah, that's a better way of seeing it, I suppose. But well, I'm not sure I would agree.
I don't think I would agree either, because frankly we're still dealing with that one entity that brought us all together in the first place, if you recall. And we still don't know much about it.
Much about him, but yes.
Seems to me that anything with free will can be corrupted. But let's not continue that philosophical debate.
Indeed, we can discuss corruption however long we want, but would any one of us know anything about the teleportation circle, like a destination or something?
Oh, teleportation circle doesn't work like that. You'd have to know the location of another one first before you can use this one to teleport towards that other one.
So, from your perspective, is it still usable or is it disabled?
Out of character, I'm pretty certain it's still usable, but do they have to make any sort of check?
Is what still usable? The pods?
The teleportation circle.
Oh, you guys don't see it. I told you the wall seemed the room seemed only 20 feet by 20 feet, or 20 feet by 15 feet.
Well, I'll point out where it is.
Wall.
Specialize.
Yeah, that's an illusion.
Yep. I just casually walk through it.
So, as you all are standing there, what else would you all like to do? You still have the workstation. McKeat tried to begin looking, but then he kind of ripped one of the books and took the time to make sure it was safe and protected and safe.
So,
Oh yeah, there was also the closet as well that we didn't open, right?
Correct.
but wait now. I'm a bit confused. You said the wall was the illusion, or?
Yeah,
Because we
there's an
didn't see
illusionary
the top.
wall. You saw through it with your special eyes when you looked in first, but when you walk in, there's a
Right.
wall here. But McKeat, with his special eyes, sees through the illusion and just walks through.
Right, and the teleportation circle is on the other side.
Yes, it is. And it
Right,
still
yep.
seems to have a little bit of a glow to it. Not fresh, but there.
I like to, while I look at that stuff, I would like to open the wardrobe that was also locked.
Okay. That one is a much simpler lock, of course. Go ahead and roll. You're not at the point yet where it's an insta unlock. It's a DC 12. You can toggle off your whisper, by the way.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You're good. Yeah, that, you very casually walk past it with your key and just click and walk away, like, walk to the side as it opens. And
It's
inside,
dropped!
inside, there appears to be multiple different dresses, gowns, different social events that could be, had through this wardrobe, and on the very bottom there appears to be a sideways rack of shoes, some of them heightened, some of them shorter, and beneath that appears to be a jewelry case that can be brought out.
Yeah. I'm bringing out the jewelry case and opening it. Locked, I imagine.
It is not locked, no.
Oh!
There's only so many locks she would have, you know.
Oh yeah, I assume I finished ritually casting the detect magic.
Yes, you have.
Do I?
The magic circle is magical. There is... Roll me a perception check.
No.
All right, fine. Well, fuck you. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm doing it. Two.
2. There is a book among the pile that is emanating magical essence, but you can't discern with a cursory glance which specific one it is. In addition to that, inside of the desk, oh yeah, McKeat, you would have seen this with your bullshit vision. There was a 5th drawer that is invisible. It's pushed back about 3 feet, and it's tucked under the right-hand side, which was open.
Interesting.
But that's everything that's currently magical here.
I'll go and
Kyle,
check the drawer.
Okay. You reach over towards it, and because of your detect magic, you see the traces around it, and it can pull out. After it pulls out for a specific amount of time, it completely dislodges, and there is a physical wooden drawer that you can carry out, so you're not like halfway under the desk looking at it, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
And I'll just put it on the desk and look at the contents.
okay. Kyle, the jewelry box is wide. Like, I'd say 3.5 feet wide in total. And you lift it up and you have to put it on the bed to filter through it. You have weak arms. But yeah. You look inside of this drawer, and there appears to be a lot of arcane descriptions, a lot of arcane theories, adjustments, and other choice things. Roll me an Arcana check as you look through.
Right.
Okay. All right, I'm getting it for you here and just there's a handful of mundane items in here, and then there's a few more that appear to be magical components. You see that there appears to be all right, are you taking notes?
Yeah, all right.
Whoever's going to mark it down?
I mark everything in the party dot.
Fantastic. All right. There appears to be 150 gold worth of ivory. So one ivory rod worth 150 gold. There appears to be ruby dust valued at 200 gold. Diamond dust valued at 100 gold. A pearl worth 100 gold. There's also a figurine in here that seems to be made in the design of someone with white hair, glasses, and like a blue lapel jacket type of thing. That looks very valuable. And a few pages that, after you look through them, are a checklist of different types of magic she experimented with to see if they would work. Spoiler alert, none of the ones in here worked in bringing her husband back to life.
What? That ruined it for me, no.
Kyle, however, you are finding yourself in an assortment of very valuable pieces of jewelry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Roll me a D13 or 4 D13s. Now roll me 4 D4. All right, please don't type in chat right now. I need to look at what he's doing and reflect it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. You find a bloodstone valued at 2,400 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You find a ruby valued at 4,000 gold. This appears to be some type of wedding band that she would have had. 13. You find an opal valued at 3,000 gold. And then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You find an onyx valued at 4,800 gold.
Oh, that's not that much.
And all of these are put into specific pieces of jewelry that she already had. all of the other ones appear to be mostly cosmetic. You can add in that you find various jewelry valued at 200 gold.
After I've checked the drawer, I'll go and have a look at the books, trying to sort out which one is the magical one.
Okay. Get your investigation on.
Rite, no. Oh, wait, you're not Rite.
Creve starts with the book that Makit just put back, and it rips partially. And then shit, and then just put it back, and
Makit senses tingling.
Literally 2 minutes after he put it back and walked into the illusion. Anyways, you look sideways instead, and it's the fifth book down from this pile. The spine has no writing on it. However, it does have a gold lace kind of filtered through it, where the string would be that ties the book together. It's a gold-colored lace that goes all the way through.
I'll take it out. And does it seem to have any locks on it?
It is not locked. However, this book does have writing on the front of it in some language that I'm pretty sure you don't speak. You don't have Hungrul, do you?
No.
Okay, yeah, you have no idea what this says. You look at it and go, that is gibberish markings?
Interesting.
Kael's looking at all the big gems like, oh, nice.
We're rich!
All right, time to retire, everybody. GG, good game.
Yeah.
Build a nice little cottage outside. You'll be good. But yeah, you can't read what it says. And it is not locked. Though the outside of it seems to be written in a very... Not written. Seems to be written into a very dark brown colored, almost cracked leather.
Okay. I'm gonna start. After making sure that I've spotted everything, at least that I can see that's magical.
Yeah. Oh, the door's still magical, by the way. It's open.
All right. Yeah, I'll just everyone. I see now that the door is still magical, so no touching, Lidine.
Zero, just while we're at it, so you don't have to go through your notes later. Do you want to give me the value of the figurine of, I guess, it's Percy?
No, I don't want to, because you'll have to find out what that value is.
Okay.
You have no way of discerning its value because you have no idea who it is and what it is. So, that's a potential plot thing you could use.
Wait, you're saying
And
it's
then I'll start.
Go ahead, Creve. Go ahead, Creve.
I'll start ritually casting comprehend languages.
Okay. Makit, I assume this entire time you are writing down the phone number of this magic circle?
Pretty much.
Cool. Yeah, that's something that takes easily 20-30 minutes. So, what are the other two of you doing? Because Creve has 10 minutes of waiting, Kael has polishing, admiration, and potentially sleight of hands to do.
Yes.
Rorik, we'll go with you first.
Oh.
Are you still just sitting in the chair?
Yeah, no, he's just been like he's just been sitting in the chair, like with this plushie, like the blanket in his hand, just kind of staring at it, kind of lost in thought as well as just conflicted about something. And he's just been doing that this whole time.
Ein?
I am short resting while they're doing this.
Mm.
That's kind of
Weaving.
chill. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Wait,
Rorik,
does this count as a short rest for
yeah,
work too?
you guys are resting at this point. Yeah. Rorik, as you're sitting there, Ladine walks over to you and kind of just like crosses her arms. All right. So what is it?
I'm sorry.
What is it?
It's just a little plushy blanket for a child. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I understand the question.
It's always like this to talk to them. I don't understand why. What has you down, young buck?
Sorry, I'm far from a young buck, young lady. No, I've just been thinking to myself about this, that, well, this as well as everything that was in that footlocker, well, I'm fairly sure my companions already found things that cost more, but everything that was in that footlocker probably was of the most value to its previous owner. And while I disagree entirely with what this Delilah Briarwood lady did to get enough to get banished from the Empire, I can't say that I don't understand it either.
You understand breaking the laws of your land
I understand.
and the laws of your
Dear-
god.
I understand the desire to do anything you want to. Sorry, no, let me rephrase that. Redact what I just said. To the desire to do whatever it takes to not lose the ones you love or to bring them back, but that's where you have to have the restraint to do the right thing to make them proud. But, well, for this, he gestures to the little blanket. Well, as I said, this was probably the most valuable thing to them, and I'm debating whether to take it with me or leave it here. It's a bit silly, I admit, but
Yeah, it is. And it looks like she was right. Never understand them.
can I insight
She,
check? Who does she mean by them?
You may,
Or-
but she takes the shield and hands it to you.
Oh, sure, I'll hold on to it for you.
No, it's yours.
I'm sorry.
My teacher gave it to me. And she told me that I'll find someone who deserves it. We didn't really like each other that much. She trained me because I was the only person strong enough to fight back against her inside of our barracks. And when she died, I inherited this item, but with the caveat that my responsibility is to find someone who deserves it. Someone who she would be proud of.
I'm honored you think of me that way, but I'm not sure if that honor holds true to the real thing. I'm just an old man nowadays.
Oh, shut up. You speak way too clearly for you to do something like that. Come on. It's very clear you do the right thing. Even when facing adversity. The only thing I did when my friend went insane was hide and try to survive.
Well then, how about this then? As I mentioned before, I'm still an old man. You can probably tell I probably only got a year or two at most left in me. So, and Rurik will hand his shield to her, because I highly doubt she's gonna accept the shield she just gave to him.
Yeah, no.
So, what's gonna happen then is you're gonna learn from this, and once you feel like you deserve it, I'm gonna hold on to this for you until you feel like you want it back.
Sure thing, old man. And if you die beforehand, I'll steal it from your grave.
Well, if anything, I'll bequeath it to that young man over there. He gestures to Aridy. He's
Currently picking
he's
his tooth
well-meaning.
with a dagger.
He's well-meaning, well, if a little bit foolish, like I was when I was younger. But well, regardless, it is what it is.
It is. But once we get out of here, I think I'm just going to go back home and maybe train some people. Regardless, enjoy it. It'll probably end up liking you more than it likes me. By the way, its name is Honor. Honor's last stand.
I knew it. Oh, does that mean that? Oh, fuck, that means she died. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Vovrovic?
Maybe.
Okay.
So she will take your shield, but kind of just sheepishly put it behind her. And during this time, Makit, let me look at this real quick. Come on. Mikit, you finish copying down that circle perfectly into your notes. And you take a few moments, as this is your first time really looking at one really closely. And you actually start to figure out how it works. I mean, you're missing some diamond dust, of course, but after this hour or so of engaging with it, you think, hell, you might be able to try it.
Oh. Oh. Something to think of for later. So many ways teleportation circles would be useful.
True, true. But with that revelation, unfortunately, you guys are going to have to wait multiple hours for Creve to get you out of this hole.
Yeah. But do I can I start reading, looking into the book to see just the gist of what it is?
How about we get to that next session?
All right.
Because that's going to be a lot of fun bits for you to figure out as you can now comprehend Hungruul. Anyways, players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. For everybody who showed up today on our YouTube channel, our first stream over here, I hope you enjoyed it. And to anybody else who showed up, and maybe this is your first time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow along for more of this content. We will see you all next time. Goodbye.